What has any of what you're saying have to do with bad business? Okay, if you run a bad business, if you have bad unethical business practices, then you just have bad unethical business practices. And Nadine proved she did through that video. I have no idea why you would think it's okay. You would think it's okay for her business to take a phone call and then record it, multiple people in the room, okay, and then place that onto her social media. Why do you think that's okay? Would you like to call into a business, have a discussion with someone, and then that business, any business, okay, places you on social media and your phone call, okay? You're just supporting her for what? You're trying to say Black Americans are wrong for what? At this point, you sound ridiculous. It's unethical. And let's say the phone call was staged. Let's say it was fake. Even that's unethical because you're targeting a group of people, Black Americans, and trying to place them in a bad light through your business with all kind of laughy faces, emojis, whose mother is this, all kind of stuff. So you're saying that you would like for you wouldn't mind for someone to stage a false business call if it was okay. You're saying you're okay. Let's say you just running out here and you're okay with somebody utilizing their business to make another group of people look horrible. You're okay with that? And then you then would expect those people of that ethnic group to come and support your business? You sound absolutely ridiculous. You're still going back to, oh, but she's African, you shouldn't do it. It doesn't freaking matter. She caused this to happen. It's no one else's fault. No one told her and her employees to do what they did. You can't blame Black America when Black America wasn't involved in her business decision. Everybody, look, the people at her business represent her business. I don't care if they Chinese, Japanese, white, Black, it doesn't matter. They represent her business. They represent her business. And she herself was in the room when it happened. She participated in it, the owner. So don't go blaming Black America for something she did. Blame her. You sound ridiculous. The other day I made a post about Nadine Braiding Shop. I believe that's what it's called. It's stitched. You can go watch it. And she basically apologized and said that she would do better and to watch, actions speak louder than words. Well, then there was another post where she aired a conversation between a potential client and put it on TikTok. Let's watch.
Oh, can you say that again?
Black American stylists. Do you have any Black American stylists there?
Yes,
that I can get my hair braided?
Yes, I do. But
okay.
you won't be uncomfortable being around others that are not Black American stylists?
I mean,
you're fine.
I only allow Black Americans to touch my hair. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, ma'am, this just may not be the shop for you because we don't discriminate like that. So yeah.
Well, if I want a white person to touch my hair, I go to a white stylist.
Yeah. Well, this is.
Yeah. So that's not discrimination, please. That's a person of choice.
Yeah. So I just wouldn't go to an African braiding shop then.
You don't hire Black Americans there.
Yeah, but we don't discriminate. Thank you though for calling. We appreciate you.
Okay, I just want to know, honey. Thank you very much.
They're already starting. Are you laughing or crying?
Oh my God, no, I'm laughing. Is she serious?
Yes, we are. You have to come in and fly. You can have
This is not a good business practice. It's actually an illegal one. Now, in some states, let me break this down. Some states, it's a one-party consent, meaning that whoever picks up the phone, if you talk to them, then, hey, it's consent. But then there's something called an all-party consent state. Now, I'm not quite sure where she's located, but if it's in Maryland, this is not good. Here's why. Maryland is an all-party consent state. Under the Maryland Wiretapping and Electronic Surveillance Act, you must obtain consent from everyone involved in the conversation before recording a phone call or a private discussion. Simply being on the call is not enough. Now, there's something called implied consent that can be valid. For example, an automated message at the start of the call. This call may be recorded, followed by the customer staying on the line. That generally counts as a consent under Maryland law. Secret recordings are illegal, and retroactive consent does not legalize them. Now let's move on to republishing or airing the recording. Sharing or publishing a recording made without full consent is also prohibited. Under 10-402, disclosing or using an illicitly recorded conversation is itself a felony, even if you didn't make the original recording. If the recording is legal, you should get a separate consent to publish the content. Especially customers may expect privacy. Publishing without it opens the door to civil suits, claims for emotional distress, and reputational harm. Legal consequences: criminal liability. Knowingly recording or sharing without proper consent can be charged as a felony with penalties of up to 5 years in prison or a $10,000 fine or both. Civil liability: the person recorded can sue for actual or statutory damages up to $100 a day, capped at $10,000, plus possible punitive damages, attorney's fees, and litigation costs. Now, for anyone running a business, okay, you don't publish any conversations between you and your customers. Just don't do it. Best practices for businesses: notify upfront. Clearly state at the beginning of the call that the recording will occur and ask for consent verbally, IVR, or recorded announcement. Get consent for publication. Tell customers the call may be shared publicly and confirm their agreement to that as well. Document consent. Log or retain records showing consent was obtained before the recording. Err on the side of caution, especially for calls with out-of-state participants. Always follow Maryland's standards if any party is in state. Final word: yes, it is illegal in Maryland to record a customer call without consent from all parties involved. And it is also illegal to publish such a recording without permission. Violations can result in serious criminal charges, felony, and civil liability. To stay compliant, you must notify and obtain consent before recording. And if you plan to publish the content, make sure customers explicitly agree to that as well. Well, let's continue. If you record a customer's call to your business and then publish that conversation online, social media, your website, podcast, you're entering two areas of law: call recording consent and privacy and disclosure rules regarding publication of that recording. So blah blah blah. See, so she apologized, and then she made this recording. And then she published it. That's not doing better. That's pride coming before the fall. It's never funny. Never funny. It may be funny to you in your head, but it's never funny to try and mock a potential customer. Every single customer's questions are important. Here in the United States of America, communities often, this has been a thing, especially in the Black American community, to call to find out whether or not you have any Black American people working there. I have seen people walk into where I used to work and say, are there any Black people working here? And they would have to bring me out from the lab. And then they would say, okay. And then they would patronize the business. It's never good. It's never a good business practice to play around with private conversations and then make them public.